Okay, today we have a Marantz 1810. This is from 1978. What we're going to be doing today is the front idler wheel. Needs a little rubber renew. Okay, I already did the fast forward, the rewind, all the belts and all that is already done, but I have to take this mechanism out. So let's get the top off and get started. Okay, now that the top is off, we're gonna have to stand this unit up on its side. There are 3 screws down the bottom that we need to get to. Right here, and right here. These have to come out. Okay, now the bottom screws have been taken out. So now we have to take out this screw over here. There's a little ground wire right here that has to go down through the VU meter and come out. So it'll just slide down and then you can let it dangle there. There's a spring right down here for the record lever. So that'll pop right off. Then there's one screw right over here. Okay. Then we're going to lay a towel down here to protect the board. And we can lay the whole entire unit right here. So let me get that screw out. Unhook that little spring down there. And take that screw out up there. This is hooked on, but it'll come right off when you bring the deck out. So, okay, hang on. Okay, with the ground wire removed and that screw taken out, the spring has been removed. This screw has been removed. Now this will just unhook. Okay. Now it's going to take 2 hands, so I have to pause the video. Okay, now with the mechanism out, you take the door off, and now you can get access to this back plate in here. There's only 2 little screws to take off, and this little plate will come out. The idler we want to get to is for the take-up reel, so it doesn't eat the cassette tapes. So let's get this black plate off right here. Okay, there's that idler wheel that we want to put the rubber renew on. I'm not going to bother to remove it. I'm not going to take that little C-clip off and go through all that hassle, because I just did all that and I don't need to alter the wheel. I just want to give it some rubber renew and put this back together. So let's get the Q-tips out, put some rubber renew on it. So, okay, gave it 2 doses of rubber renew. Gave it 1, let it dry for a couple minutes, and gave it another 1. And that was the result. Okay, so Now we can start reassembly. The counter belt still looks really good, so might as well check his stuff out while we're putting it back together. Now let's get rid of these Q-tips, because this stuff here is poisonous and supposedly pretty damn dangerous. Okay. So let's get rid of them smelly Q-tips. Okay, the back plate is back in. Take your time with those small screws. Make sure you use a magnetic screwdriver, because they're a royal pain in the neck if you drop it down in that mechanism down there. So okay, the back plate is on. Now we can start sticking it back into the cassette deck here. Okay, the mechanism is back in the unit. Now we have to run this ground wire back up behind this bracket right here to connect the ground wire back up to the chassis here. We also have this spring that has to get hooked to the record lever down here. This has been snapped right in. It just clicks. There's a couple notches, just put it in the first notch. Got one screw right here. Okay, and we are almost done. So let's get these screws in, get it all buttoned up. Okay, the spring has been reconnected to the record lever, so that's good. These screws have been put back in. The ground wire has been run up behind this bracket here next to the VU meter. Okay, if this is your first time doing one of these, all these screws are going to have Loctite on them. Okay, you can see it right here. That Loctite. All you need is a little bit of acetone on a Q-tip, and it'll take that Loctite right off of there. So if you're changing belts or anything like that and you see that Loctite, just use some acetone on a Q-tip, okay? Because you don't want to be stripping these screws out. So, and now I have to put the 3 screws back in the bottom. So I gotta flip this unit up. Okay, all screws are in. All the belts look real good. Everything looks good. Okay. Let's press play. And there it goes. Doing a fine job. Fast forward. Excellent. Rewind. Excellent. Play. Outstanding. Alright, time to hook it up to the stereo and do a tone test. Y'all have a good day. Thanks for watching.